Hey artists and outlaws, welcome back to another episode. I hope you're fine and doing well. So today I'm gonna unbox and review this newly bought Faber-Castell Classic Colored Pencil Box. And then I will show you how you can use these colored pencils to draw these yummy and colorful M&Ms. So without any further ado, let's jump right in the video. Okay, so I bought this Faber-Castell colored pencil box from an online art store. And now I'm gonna remove this plastic wrap to have a clear view of the features. So we have a color palette printed on the lower side of this cover, which we can cut out with a scissor and use it to select colors for our drawings. And we also have one on the back side of this same cover. So as you can see here, this specific box has 60 shades of colors, 2 graphite pencils for outlining and stuff, a sharpener to sharpen the pencils, and an art eraser. And I think this box looks more beautiful and attractive without this cardstock. But obviously it can protect the box from opening, so it can be a useful thing. Anyways, let's open this up and see what we have in the box. It's a metal box, which is really a good thing for me because I hate plastics. So we have this plastic tray here full of colors. Although it's plastic, but it's really a sturdy one. I've seen so many plastic color trays, but all of them were thin and it was really difficult to pick them up from one side. And we got 2 of these tray here, but you can't pick the second one up. It's attached to this pencil eraser portion. But anyways, the overall look and feel of the packaging is amazing. Obviously it's an updated version of the Faber-Castell 48 Classic colors, so the wood quality and the overall look of the pencils are similar to the previous version. We have a name slot here, and honestly speaking, I don't know what's the purpose of this name slot on these pencils. I mean, who write their names on each single pencil? Anyways, we have this classic color written along with this Faber-Castell logo, and then we have this most important thing here, which is the number of each single pencil. So in this right side we have these graphite pencils, and I really like these pencils because of this rubber grip and their triangular shape, which kind of gives you a more comfortable experience than the round or hexagonal one, and doesn't hurt your finger at all, especially if you are a beginner. On the other side we have this Faber-Castell logo along with a barcode and the pencil grade. And both of these pencils are HB pencils, which are really good for outlining purpose. We also have an eraser in this side, which is a PVC free eraser specially designed for graphite pencils and lead pencils. Although I never use bigger erasers like these very often, but I will try to review this one in the end. And the last thing we have in this box is a black color sharpener by Faber-Castell. And I really like these sharpeners because I've been using one which come inside those 48 Classic color pencils, which is approximately 3 years old, but believe me, it still works and even look razor sharp. I don't know what material they use for the blades, but it's awesome. So the last thing I want to show you in this box is the addition of these kind of glitter pencils. We have this silver and golden color pencil in the previous box, but now they added this purple and these 2 shades of blue color. So anyways, let's close the box and start the drawing process. I've used the following colors in this drawing, and you can pause the video right here to note them down. So I already drew this rough outline freehandedly, and you can also find the grid reference of this drawing in the description. Starting with this orange M&M, and first of all I'm gonna take this 316 and fill this chocolate with a base layer. Make sure to invest some time in outlining process and keep the shape of these chocolates as perfect as possible. They will look beautiful only because of their perfect shape. So when you are done with the base layer, increase the pressure on the color pencil and add the second layer, which will be a little bit more saturated than the previous one, and fill each and every gap between the strokes in the previous layer. Okay, now grab this 399 black color pencil and add the contrast, just in this lower portion of the chocolate, as a shadow of other chocolates. By the way, you can find the real-time video of this tutorial on my Patreon profile. Link is in the description. Okay, now grab your Tombow Mono Zero eraser and start adding the highlights. You have to increase the pressure on the eraser for the middle portion of the highlight and decrease for the outer side, just like this. And now add the second highlight here using the same technique. Okay, now I'm gonna use this white gel roll pen to add the letter M on the chocolate. I'm doing it freehandedly, but you can draw a rough outline for these if you want. And you can also use a whitener aka correction pen as an alternative for this gel roll pen. Now wait for a few seconds until the pigment dries, and then you can add a light orange color on this letter using the same 316, just like this. Okay, now for this green M&M, grab your 366 color and fill it with a base layer. I followed a different approach for every different color to see if I can get more smooth and realistic look. So I added a base layer with 366 and then I used a 359 to add the darker layer. I'm just gonna fill the whole area with 359. Okay, now I'm gonna take this 399 black color and add the contrast. Notice that the contrast or shadow in this lower portion is much darker than the other portions. Now I'm gonna add the highlights again using the mono eraser. So I'm gonna repeat the same process for this real chocolate like I did for this orange one. Okay, now I'm gonna grab this 351 and fill this middle chocolate with a base layer. And make sure you fill the color thoroughly because there is no second layer for this one. And when you are done with this layer, add the contrast layer using 399. And then you can add the highlights with mono eraser. Okay, so this one also have the letter M in the middle, so I'm going to add it using the gel roll pen. And again you can add a rough outline with a pencil before using the gel roll pen. And then you can add the color using 351. And the overall process of coloring is same for these 2 or 3 chocolates in the right side. All you have to do is fill them with base colors first, and I'm going to use 376 for this dark brown chocolate, 316 for this orange one, 307 for the yellowish one in the rear, 351 and 376 for blue and brown respectively. Okay, now for this yellow chocolate, I'm gonna grab 307 and fill it with a base layer. And then I'm gonna add the contrast using 399. But after you're done with the contrast, grab this 309 brownish orange color and blend the contrast layer. Just like this. And then you can add the highlight with mono eraser. Now for these 2 red chocolates, I'm gonna use 326 as a base layer and I'm gonna add the contrast with 399. And again, the real-time tutorial is available on my Patreon profile. Link is in the description. So I tried a slightly different method for this yellow chocolate and it turned out really smooth. So first of all, I added a base layer with 307 and then I added the second layer with 326, just in the lower portion, like this. Then I used this 396 to add a slight contrast in the lower portion, just like this. And then I added the highlights with mono eraser. And in the end, you can also add this shadow in this right portion using 399. Now for this green chocolate, I'm gonna repeat the same process like I did for this second chocolate. Except I used a different color in this one as a base, but you can use this same 366 if you want. I used 363. And the similar process for this yellow one like I did in this lower left yellow chocolate. The only thing I did differently till the end is I added some texture and shine using this gel roll pen in this brown chocolate, just like this. And then I added the shadow below these M&Ms using 396. And here you go, we are done with these colorful and delicious M&Ms. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please consider supporting me on Patreon for some exclusive Patreon-only tutorials, real-time tutorials, great references and much more. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram for more tips, tricks and behind the scene content. So thank you so much for watching, keep learning, keep trying, and I'll see you in the next one.